Goodbye My Island by Jean Rogers, Chapter 13. Now is the very best time of all on King Island. The hunters expect the whales to start coming north, and the storms don't last, and the sun shines for long, long hours, and melts the snow that is frozen onto the rock. We on this island do not get whale very often. Father explained to Dixon that our island is too far out from the mainland to see more than a stray whale or two. It is a great prize when our hunters bring one in. Like polar bear, it is a rare but wonderful thing. The shore ice is still firm, and our mother can still catch crab through the ice. But soon it will be breaking up, and the birds will come flying back to make their nests. How we long for fresh eggs and auklet in the pot. Maybe after Easter the hunters will bring in a whale. There is plenty of seal and walrus meat in the village ice cave, but there is no whale left, and no one has tasted muktuk for a long time. Dixon, of course, asked Lewis to tell him what muktuk is and what it tastes like. It is something whales give to us Eskimos. Lewis cannot help teasing Dixon. You won't like it. Cooks never like it. It's the skin of a whale with the fat. Blubber, you call it, and it keeps the whale warm when he swims in the cold water. And he gives it to us Eskimos to eat so we can keep warm too. An Eskimo who eats plenty of blubber can sit by a seal hole all day long and not feel the cold, boasted Lewis. Nighttime is the best time to catch birds and gather eggs. It does not get too dark to see all night long now, and the birds are quiet in their nests. We are glad to see the birds returning. Some stay and build their nests and lay their eggs. Some only rest a while before flying on north. Father said that this was the night that we would go to hunt for birds and eggs. Dixon wants to go with us, Lewis said. I'll go tell him to be ready when the sun sets. Father nods his permission. Perhaps Marie and Roger will want to come too. Vivian and her girls are coming with us, Mother said. Ukko is out with Adson and Ularana hoping for a whale. We were happy to have company, and we all know how to be quiet enough to catch the birds. Roger and Marie went with us last year. Father brought his bird nets. He did not want to waste any shot on birds. Lewis was going to show Dixon how to catch an auklet with a noose. You have to be quiet and then move quickly to catch an auklet. Roger had some nets too, and Marie brought a big basket for the eggs. We climbed up the steep cliffs of our rocky island. That is where the birds like to build their nests. This is something I love to do, to climb over the rocks looking for nests. If we put the eggs in the ice cave, they will keep for a long time. So we want to gather as many as we can, but we do not take all the eggs from any one nest. We always leave some, so there will be plenty of young birds for next year. Mother and Marie and I stayed together, but each of us found many different nests. Rose and Olga stayed close to Vivian and helped her carry back her eggs. Startled birds flew up, squawking and crying, then settled back on their nests as soon as we moved on. There was a north wind blowing, but it was not a strong or stormy wind, and we did not mind its sharpness. We were too busy with our harvest. We sat down to rest in a sheltered spot, and Marie poured hot, sweet tea for us from her thermos. Mother pulled pilot biscuits from her parka pocket, and we dipped them into our tea. Vivian said she was ready to go home. Rose and Olga were getting sleepy, and probably Ukko would have returned by now. Mother and Marie and I stayed with the hunters until the sun was nearly ready to rise. We had plenty of eggs. The men and boys came loaded with auklet. We scrambled down the cliffs, sleepy but happy with our night's hunting. Across from the schoolhouse, we left some birds and eggs for Father Tomas to find. When we got up, Marie gave Mother many of her eggs too, saying she could not use them all. They still had so much of the powdered eggs left. We know they do not like the eggs as much as we do. I can imagine what a face Dixon will make when he tastes auklet eggs for the very first time. He was happy because he managed to snare 2 birds. It was hard to be quick enough, worse than trying to catch a lizard, he said. Then he tried to explain to Louis what a lizard was, and how it can leave its tail right in your hand and slide away. Roger said he thought he could find a picture of a lizard to show Louis, and I thought I would be there so he could show it to me too.